Welcome to the 15th episode of the Southern University Quarterback Club. We got another episode here today for y'all, and we got a special guest today. We got Miss Tamara Chavez. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. First of all, did I say your name right?
You did say
That's what I can.
my name right, so I'm
Yeah.
really surprised.
Good, good, good. So we got an interview with her today, and then we'll talk about SU football also, then a little Southern University soccer. So we'll go ahead and get it kicked off with some icebreaker questions, and I like to do these with our athletes just to break the ice a little bit. So first question, tell us what is your favorite food to eat?
It depends. Louisiana food or Peruvian food?
So we can get both Peruvian and Louisiana food.
Okay, about Peruvian food is ceviche, and
You said,
Louisiana is crawfish etouffee.
okay, and you say ceviche or ceviche?
Ceviche,
That's like shrimp, right? Shrimp
no
and
fish.
fish. Okay. And what is it made up of besides fish?
Uh, it's really a raw fish, but you really cook it with the lemon, so it's a little hard to. I know y'all don't like that, but
No, no, no. So where you like to get your etouffee from?
uh, I really like when it's make a home.
Hmm.
My teammates, I got my teammate Ayana.
Hmm.
Her dad be like cooking that, and it's really good.
Okay, okay. All right. Question number two. Who is your favorite rapper and who is your favorite singer?
Oh wow, I don't got favorite rapper, but I got a favorite singer. Yeah.
Who's that?
Um, hmm, that's a good question though.
Like
Uh, I'm
Beyonce?
gonna say LMA.
Ella
LMA.
Mai. Okay,
Yeah.
you got a favorite song from her?
Um, I really like all the songs that she make.
Okay,
I
me
don't
too.
got
I mess with Ella Mai. I like that subtle type music. All right, last icebreaker question. If you were to have a son, who on your team would you not let marry your son?
favorite. um, oh no. Sorry.
All right. Who would you let marry your son?
um, hmm, no one.
No one. You selfish, huh? None of them are good enough, huh?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. All right. So look. So tell us how did you get started playing the sport of volleyball?
So I'm from Peru,
Hmm.
and so I went to high school over there. But before high school, when I was 11, I went to this tryout for this club. It's called
Uh,
Cesar Vallejo,
hmm.
and I passed the tryout, and I got to play with the team actually. And it's a pro league.
Yeah.
So I got in the team when I was 11. When I was 12, I got called for the national team, Peruvian national team.
Hmm.
So I really was there since I was 12 until COVID year, like 2018, around that time.
Okay.
But around
So
my time in high school, we did like have tournaments and everything. We won the championship, and after you won the nationals, you got to go to. We went to Colombia to play like a South America championship, something like that.
hmm.
We won that too, and I got some teammates that are playing in the schools over here right now too.
Okay. Okay. So how would you compare Peruvian South American volleyball compared to volleyball in the United States? Is it more competitive, less competitive?
Yeah, it's really more competitive.
Hmm.
I think in America they have a lot of like tall girls, and everything. But I think the Peruvian league is pretty good. Like it's pretty
Okay.
technical. Yeah.
So how was it playing on the Peruvian national team?
I think that was a great experience because you learn a lot from that too. You travel around the world, you play different countries, and they give you that the experience like to face games, big games, you
Hmm.
know.
What was the what was your favorite place you've traveled to playing volleyball?
Hmm. In Japan,
Wow, really? That's a long way from Peru.
yeah, we had to travel. I remember it was 2 planes of 9 hours, something like that.
That is a
It was
long way.
really long.
I know that's like 15 hours from Atlanta, so it's got to be far from you. So,
Yeah, sure.
um, so you went from high school, then you went to junior college at Panola, and had a
Well,
really
yeah,
success.
actually, before Panola, I came to a college in Florida. It's called Paul State College.
Okay, and so you spent a year there.
Yeah, but it was COVID year, so I take two
Oh,
years at Panola, where it was
okay.
great. Like my freshman year, it was so great. Like I love my coach till now.
Hmm.
Great. Yeah, I went to Panola, played 2 years at Panola, and then transferred to Southern.
Okay, so why did you choose Southern University?
So once because it was close to Panola College, and I was trying to go. I wasn't trying to go too far from that,
Yeah,
and I really like. I really you think that social media
yeah.
Southern. It was like okay, yeah, I want to go there.
Uh-huh. It's a lit place.
Yeah. So and then I had talked to the coaches and everything, and it got me excited because since the first phone call I had with them, they was like, "Yeah, I really want you." So I really feel comfortable with that,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's why I signed with them.
Did you have any other offers besides Southern?
Yes, I did.
Where did you have offers to?
I was gonna go to Monroe.
Uh-huh. You
I
made a
really
good
was thinking in going to Latte because my coach is my coach sister coach Latte too,
Oh, really? The
and
coach who was
Thomas,
at
yeah,
Panola?
yes, uh huh.
Oh, really? Okay.
So they and I got some teammates over there too right now playing for her. But I had a couple outside like Texas, Louisiana too, but it was too far, so I wasn't like looking to that. Yeah.
Okay. So, is this your first year or second year at Southern?
This is my second year or so.
Second year. So, going into your second year, what will be your role on the team? And what do you expect from your team this year?
So I didn't have too much game time last year, being honest with you.
Hmm.
But I feel like I got like in my mind like this is my senior year, so I need to make the best of it. So I start this year since January. Like I start working out in that compound with
Hmm.
coaches, and at the end it was great because I had like the opportunity to get in shape and like really understand that it's a big part of like playing volleyball, being in
Yeah.
shape for it.
Hmm.
And I'm really proud of myself because I had lost a lot of weight. I got in shape. I feel great. Like when I started like practicing this semester,
Yeah.
it was surprising me. Like I'm really like ready to go.
So, what are your goals for this year?
I really personally I want my team like I want to do the best for my team. So whatever it takes for for us to win, then I'm
Right.
gonna do that.
Whether that be 400, 500 kills this season or whatever that may be.
If I'm able to do that, I will do it.
So Southern, Southern volleyball has, I guess, underachieved probably the past decade, and now we have a new coach. I guess what can you tell us about the difference between the previous coach and the new current coach we have right now?
So I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like it's a good, like I feel good energy right now. Like with the
Hmm.
coaches, with Coach Dom, Coach Kayla, Coach Tyler. Like I'm really thankful because them here, because I feel like they really give me like the opportunity to show them like what I can do, you know.
Right.
And yeah, they're great. Like I hope like they keep the stuff for long, so they, because they got a lot of stuff to give to Southern volleyball really, and I'm really excited for that too.
That's good. That's good. And I look forward to seeing what Southern University volleyball has to offer. I think it's one of the sports that we need to be tapped into and be successful at, because you got a lot of young ladies in the area, not just in Louisiana but in Texas and all other states that are good and play volleyball and possibly could look forward to coming to Southern University. You play outside, but talk about some of your other teammates who play middle blocker or setter or your liberos. Talk about how they add value to the team and who they are.
Um, Alicia, she's a transfer. She already graduated. She transferred from Florida. She's really good. Like,
What school in Florida?
she,
You remember?
hmm?
You remember what school in Florida?
I don't remember.
Okay, okay.
I don't remember. But
Uh, yeah.
we got two transfers, Mia and Alicia, but they already graduated. They doing I think they doing masters or something like that. I really don't know.
What position they play?
Mia play as she a setter and Alicia's a middle.
Okay. Yeah, setter.
And then what else? Uh, we got a couple transfers too. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Um, so who do you look forward to? Which team do you look forward to playing the most? When it comes to the schedule this year.
Mm, so like I told you, I didn't have too much game time last year. So
Hmm.
like it's I don't really know. Like I wasn't paying attention because I wasn't into like you know.
So
But it will definitely go like now from now like to I can I don't know.
So you feel like maybe like a Grambling, that's like one of our rivals. Is that maybe one of the games you look forward to playing in, or somebody like Jackson State,
Yeah,
or
I
you
think
don't look at it like
last
that?
we lost with Grumbling last year once and we won once, but we definitely ready for all the teams. Like
Okay. Um. So I guess what's the expectations for the team this year? That what you think?
I think the team has grown a lot from from period times, like from
Hmm.
last year to now. We passed through a lot of stuff because you know all the coaches and we had like 3 or 4 coaches before that in 1 year. So we really went through a lot. So like my coach said today, we need to like put everything that we went through, put it in the court,
I feel
and
that.
like yeah, and make that look good. That's what she said.
I feel that deep down inside. I mean, just from you talking, I kind of like the energy of what we got going on right now for volleyball team. So I'm pretty excited on the season. Um, let's see. Can you tell us when the first game is? If it hasn't already happened, I forgot to look up y'all schedule.
So we had a gold and blue game. We won. I was in the gold team. We traveling tomorrow. We got games this weekend,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
we
So
play Tuesday at home.
first home game is Tuesday
Yes.
ag- against McNeese. Okay. No, it say
Yeah.
Monday McNeese.
No, it's Tuesday.
Okay. Them schedule might be wrong. Okay. So let's say you're talking to a recruit right now. What's something that you would tell them about Southern University that will make them come to Southern University?
I mean, the vibe is great. Like the people around is great. The food, I feel like I feel home over here. Like, you
Yeah.
know. And about volleyball, the I think like they just got here like the coaches, so they trying to
Hmm.
figure it out the way that they can like actually make that program better, and I feel
Hmm.
like they will. So I feel like it's a great university to be at.
Okay. Last question. What are your plans after graduation?
So I don't know if I'm trying to decide where I want to go. If go back home, still playing volleyball, because I really want to go play pro after this,
Hmm.
if, if I can. So I'm trying to decide that part. I got this whole year to think about it. But if I could, like, I'll definitely stay over here.
Okay. Okay. Well, I guess either way, either decision you make, we will be there to support you, whether you do want to go home or stay in the States. Does your family ever get the opportunity to come over here?
Yeah, I live with my brother now, and my mom's come to visit, going down. Yeah, it's
Okay.
really it's really hard being away from home.
Yeah, I know, right? It's I can't imagine not being at home that often. But like I said, I mean, like we talked about, it's a quick plane ride from here to Atlanta, Atlanta to Peru. So it's probably like a 3 hour flight. So
To work?
from Peru to like Atlanta or somewhere.
No, it's 9 hours.
Longer?
Yeah, it's like no, it's 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours probably.
Okay, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Yeah. Well, look, we want to thank you for coming on the show tonight. We appreciate your time. We wish you luck this season in volleyball, and we're looking forward to seeing the Southern University volleyball team this year.
Thank you so much for letting me be here.
You're welcome. We shall see you soon. If y'all watching, make sure y'all follow Miss Tamara on Instagram. Uh, Tam Chavez V11. And make sure y'all support the volleyball team this year. Like she said, Tuesday is the first home game. And go out and support at Seymour Gym, right?
Yes, we're
Yep.
really waiting for y'all.
Okay. We'll be there. I'll be there in spirit for sure.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Hmm. All right, y'all. That was Mr. Vera Chavez from the SU volleyball team. Now we want to shift focus. Want to talk about SU soccer. Um, they already started their season. They're actually 0-4 right now. Their first game was against Ole Miss. They lost 4-0 in Oxford. Then they played University of Louisiana at Monroe. Lost 0-2. That was at Montfort. They played South Florida and Tampa and lost 5-0, like they say in England. And they lost to Houston Christian University 1-2 in Montfort. The next game coming up is in Edinburgh, Texas against UT Rio Grande Valley. Tomorrow actually. And then they have North Texas on Sunday in Denton, and then back at Montfort against Louisiana College, or Louisiana Christian is what they call it now. This weekend, the Jaguar football team travels to Lake Charles, Louisiana, where they will face the Mcneese Cowboys, the 0-1 Mcneese Cowboys. Um, the last couple of meetings, the Jaguars have been 0-2 from the games I've been at. The last one in Mumford was a pretty close game in the first half. I think we were ahead 21-14, and then we couldn't score, and then McNeese came back, and I think the final score may have been 28-21. And then I think the last time before that was in Lake Charles. that we also lost. But this weekend, uh, we come against an 0-1 team. They just lost to Tarleton State this past week. I think 26-21 was the score. So some key players from Mcneese to look out for. Clifton McDowell, who's a transfer from Montana State. Montana State is in the Big Sky, where Clifton McDowell was um, newcomer of the year. He was 11-1 as a starter at Montana. Um, he led Montana to the FCS National Championship game, which is pretty good. Usually, at least one representative from the Big Sky Conference in the national championship game. He threw for over 2,000 yards last year and around 700 yards rushing. So it'll be a big, tall task for our defense to find a way to stop him on this weekend. This past weekend against Tarleton State, he was passed for 245 yards on 70%, one touchdown, one interception, and 20 rushes on 67 yards. Now, this is your definition of a true dual threat quarterback we're going to see this year. And for those of you paying attention to recruiting, Clifton McDowell was actually committed to Southern University 2 years ago with Coach Dooley. He was committed for think a couple of months, pretty long time, and then he decommitted and ended up going to Montana. So we had Mr. McDowell at the tip of our hands, and now we get to go against him this weekend. On defense, I think key players for McNeese will be the linebacker Driggers, who's a transfer from ULM, and then also Micah Davies. Driggers played 2 years at ULM, had 83 tackles and 2 sacks in 2 seasons. I think most of his damage came last year. If I'm not mistaken, Driggers had a decent game against Alabama last year when ULM played him. I didn't look up the stats, but I think he had an interception and a few tackles, which is pretty decent. Micah Davies, a Baton Rouge native, son of former LSU quarterback Rohan Davey. He's also a linebacker. Preseason first team FCS All American, 2003 first team All Conference in the Southland. Led the nation in three categories: 158 tackles, um, 15.8 tackles per game, and also led in solo tackles um, in the FCS at around 8 per game. Now, these are two guys that go get at it at the middle linebacker position. Um, I think the key for us though is making sure our offensive line get to those linebackers and make sure they're tame, and just using our speed to get to the outside. But just from looking at these numbers, these guys will be around the ball quite frequently. We just got to find a way to get around them, and I think we'll be successful. And that leads us to our keys on offense. I think our keys on offense will be our offensive line. Have a chip on his shoulders. Oh yes, most definitely. I think Davies will have a chip on his shoulders. That's who you're talking about. Because if you look at a lot of teams passed up on Davies, um, I don't think SU offered him a scholarship. I don't even know if they offered him a walk-on opportunity. But a lot of schools passed him up. He ended up at McNeese, I think, redshirted his first year, and then kind of turned into a monster this past season and leveled his game up. Good size, 6'2", 235. Can fill the hole up and got some nice speed on him. So you're looking at a walk on that made a difference and made the best of his opportunity. So I think he'll definitely be have a chip on his shoulder with the with him facing his hometown team. Now, like I said, keys on offense for us. I think it's the offensive line. Got a few veterans on the offensive line that I think is going to make a difference. You establish that line of scrimmage for the offensive line. Your run game should you should see a difference in the run game, and you should see the difference in passing because you're gonna have time to throw. Um, with our new offensive coordinator, Coach Mark Frederickson, who likes to run the ball, I think that's going to be key for us to establish the run. Last week, I think Tarleton State ran the ball pretty well against the McNeese defense. So I think if we can do the same thing, we're also going to be successful too. And on defense, I think the keys for success are the defensive line. for us. We got Givens on one end, Harry at the other. Um, I think Miles in the middle, the kid from Scotlandville. And then also I think Derek, the linebacker in the middle, who's also will be a key. He's probably a fifth, 6 year senior on the team. He's probably the oldest on the defense. So he's probably been at Southern University the longest. So I think he'll be a leader on that defense this weekend and rally everybody up, so that we can have a successful game. And like I said, the key is going to be to stop uh, Clifton McDowell. I think if you set the line of scrimmage on defense, you stop Mcneese from running the ball. You depend on Clifton McDowell to throw the ball. Now, granted, Clifton McDowell had a pretty efficient game last week at 70%. However, there were some games last season uh, at Montana where you can kind of see some of his weaknesses. So I think if we can kind of exploit that, set the line of scrimmage, and make them throw, I think we'll be successful. Also, setting that line of scrimmage makes it easy on your defensive back. I think defensive backfield was one of our weakest areas on the defense last year. So you set that line of scrimmage with Givens and Harry on the ends. Most definitely, I think you go see success on the football field. Um, Game time is at 7 p.m. They say they're expecting it to be a sellout in Lake Charles. They love to invite us HBCUs to these FCS stadiums and sometimes FBS stadiums to pack their stadiums out. So it's going to be key that Jaguar Nation come out there and support the football team this weekend. It's gonna be the first game. The stadium is gonna be rocking. I know it's a lot of alums in the city of Lake Charles. That's gonna be there too. I think the band is gonna be there, so we'll have the full support from Jaguar Nation there. It's gonna be a big weekend. The first weekend we're looking forward to this season with Coach Graves, and for him to do some big things. After this week, we have Savannah State at home for the first home game, and then after that, we travel to Jackson State. So I think this first week will be this first couple of weeks will be a test for us. I do think we see two quarterbacks, or maybe three quarterbacks. Coach Graves has named Noah Biden as the starting quarterback. And as y'all know, Noah Biden is in his second year at Southern University. He was a transfer from Grambling, played for Bruce Eugene out of high school in New York. And so Coach Graves has named him over to sit the local Baton Rouge kid, who a lot of people I think like to take control of the ham at the quarterback position. And Atiset is a dual threat quarterback, so he brings another aspect to the field that you may not have seen in practice, because most times you're not allowed to hit the quarterback, so you kind of don't really see him run. So that's why I'm really expecting to see two quarterbacks. We'll have this week against Mcneese and next week against Savannah State to kind of iron out any wrinkles before we go into that first SWAC game against Jackson State. Now I'm not sure if this Jackson State game counts toward our SWAC record, but definitely going to be a test moving forward in the SWAC schedule, because right after that you come to Houston against Prairie View. So it's a jam-packed first 4 weeks for Jaguar football, and I'm just really excited about it. I'm really excited about this weekend. It's going to be a nice atmosphere. There is a chance of a little rain, I think, earlier in the day. However, I think it's supposed to stop around 1 o'clock. So we should have a dry field, maybe partly cloud, but at least that'll take away some of the heat. So yeah, and that's our little update for football, our week one preview. I'm looking forward to okay, J State doesn't count. Okay, that's good, but I still want to go up there and beat they behinds because we gotta get that revenge back on them. So but yeah, that's our update from week one. Um I look forward to seeing everyone on this weekend. Um, and make sure y'all get out there and support the Jaguars this weekend on this Labor Day. Appreciate Miss Tamara coming on and doing this interview with us with SU Volleyball. We want to wish them luck. We want to wish also Southern University Soccer. Also, we want to shout out to the basketball team. Um, Shout out to the basketball team. They went to the Bahamas a few weeks ago and played an exhibition tournament out there, and I think we're 3-0 and pretty successful. So, shout out to them. Kudos. Looking forward to seeing some good things out of Coach Johnson and crew this year. Also, I think that season begins November 3rd ish or 4th, beginning of November. Um, and yeah, look forward to seeing them. We should be back next week with another show. Um, just make sure y'all follow us on the social media, um, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and look out for future interviews and future shows. With that being said, I'm signing out. See y'all this weekend in Lake Charles, and make sure y'all get out to support them Jags. Go Jags!